impact of movies upon our brains and minds. One day when I was young, I was a fan of Indian movies. I loved Indian movies. And there was that movie called Mart. Amitabh Bachchan, I don't know if you've heard of it. But these Indian movies are amazing. They make you believe that if you jump off a mountain, it's okay. No problem. Feel free. So one day I was watching one of those movies, and the British army is attacking that village, and the father of Amitabh Bachchan as an infant is holding him in his hand. He let the mother run away with the baby, but before that he wanted to identify the baby later on. So he wanted to make a sign on his body. So guess what? Instead of putting a ribbon around his arm or a marker on his chest, he took out a knife. He took out what? A knife. And he started writing on the infant chest his name, Mart. And the blood is coming out. And the music at the back, there was this lady in the Indian movie, this Indian music. So, and my mom is crying next to me. I said, Mom, we have enough problems in our life, in our home. This Indian movie make you cry all the time. But guess what? I watched that movie a lot. And then one day I woke up and I went to the toilet and I started searching in the stuff of my dad. By the way, don't tell this to anyone. Don't tell this to anyone. So I was searching in my father's stuff and I found a blade. So I took the blade, I looked at the mirror, and I started writing, Mart. I did it. Wallah, it's a true story. And my father saw me, and when he saw me, I told him, my sister told me to do it, I lied to my dad. But look at the impact of that movie on me. And this could be also happen to you, but in a different way. Like the story of a boyfriend, girlfriend that we mentioned. Are you living or are you alive? This is the question of my talk. And when my mentor taught me this topic, I was confused because I didn't know that there is a difference between living and being alive. But the Quran discusses this in few verses. Because if you said I'm living, then what's the difference between you and other living creatures? What's the difference between you and animals? Because animals too are living, right? In fact, if you make a comparison, who's getting the most share of the enjoyment in this world, you will find animals. Elephants eat more than you, right? Lions are braver and stronger than you. Rabbits, they give birth, to 12 at one time, What you give, what you deliver for the whole of your life, 7 or 6, rabbit can give it just, cash. No installment, just cash, 12, 13 in one belly. So what's the difference between us, human beings, and animals? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have favored the children of Adam. We are superior creatures. We should be alive, not living. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةٌ ضَنْكًا. Whosoever deviated from my remembrance, forgot what I have commanded him to do, he will have a miserable life. And Allah used the word ma'isha because there is the two Arabic terms for living and alive. Living means aish. Aish. And alive, being alive, is hayah. Allahu Akbar. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very specific when He uses these terms. So in the verse that I recited, Allah used the word aish. That if you deviated from Allah's path, you will be only living like animals. فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. You will have a miserable life. وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. And you will be sent to hellfire وَالْعَيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ as a blind person. As a blind person having no guidance whatsoever. And Allah, you will question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِمَا حَشَرْتَنِي أَعْمَى وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا. Why did you let me be blind in hellfire when I was actually with my vision, with my eyesight in this dunya? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond. كَذَلِكَ أَتَتْكَ آيَاتُنَا فَنَسِيتَهَا وَكَذَلِكَ الْيَوْمَ تُنْسَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that's why, because our signs came to you, Our commands came to you when you were alive, when you were in this dunya. But you have forgotten them. You have neglected them. You favored weddings, haram, weddings, movies, music, cigarettes, all these things you have favored over my remembrance. Alright. You have favored all these dunya over my ayat, over my signs, over my commands. And today, you too shall be forgotten. You too shall be forgotten, my brothers and sisters. So this is an invitation to go back to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to learn the deen properly, not culturally. To learn that prayers was established for us for a purpose. Not just to stand, bow and prostrate. Not just because we must pray. No. But because prayer gives you life, my brothers and sisters, spiritually. The Prophet ﷺ said, suppose there is a river by your side, by your home, and every day you bathe yourself 5 times a day. Will there be dirt left on you by the end of the day? The answer is no. So the purpose of salah, my brothers and sisters, is to purify you spiritually.